Hello friends and followers. So I'm still debugging the RS232 circuit on the Tec Paragon I, the faithful Paragon I from 1983 of all things. Yes, disco, duck, all that stuff was prevalent before most of you folks were born. Anyway, so someone in my past said that learning can be very expensive and education is very expensive, and that leads me to this tale of this RS232 interface and how I could not get it working. So what did I do? I figured out, well, I'm getting weird values in this chip. This is the max driver chip here for RS232 conversion. This chip will take in I think a minus and plus 30 volt signal from RS232. It'll take that on the input pin, transmit 1 coming in on pin 11. And on the output pin here, T1 out, where are you? Here. It'll put 0 and 5. So any voltage here, say, if it's coming in on T1 and it's like a minus 15 or minus 30 volts, it'll be a 0 here, I think. Or if it's a plus 30 volts or plus 15, it'll be a 1. Or I had that backwards, but that's basically how it works. We're converting voltage that are minus and plus to standard TTL 0.5 volts. This thing has a charge pump built into it. I assume that works. Anyway, throw that out the window because nothing was connected right. So then I tried to trace out this unit here, and I said, okay, well, can I trace out these wires on this chip? So here I'm looking at the chip and I'm trying to figure out, okay, I want to find T1 in, and T1 in should go to pin 3 or something, or pin 2 on the interface. So I look at this thing here, and this board is used for a couple applications at Tec, or it was. But anyway, here's like RS232. They're just using pins 2 and 3. There's pin 2 right there, pin 3 right there, 2 and 3. And those go here to the end connection. So you can go here and see that those are here and here on this thing. Anyway, you would think these little connectors would be arranged. The way Tec has done all these radios is these connectors always connect with this little boot thing, that's a little curved piece that goes inward when you connect these plugs. That's how they work. So there's a little curved piece there. That curved piece in the plug goes to the curved piece here. You insert this one the same way. You see the little curved piece there and the curved piece? There's only one problem with that. This board is wired backwards to these plugs. So the correct interface for this board is not going to be how the nice plug looks, where the little curved piece here, see the little curve there, how that little curve looks? The sexy little curve, well, it goes into this little curve here, and that locks it in place. But no. The right way is backwards now. Look at that. Let's put it in backwards. Does it even go in backwards? It doesn't like it. But too bad. That is what is correct. Can you believe that crap? So I spent hours trying to fix this thing, and the plug is wired unconventionally, so I've had to pull out this interface from the Paragon and ohm it out. Anyway, so and they say shits and giggles because I'm frustrated and my vernacular has gone down to the crass level. And look at that dirty coffee in there. It's so pretty good. So let's get this camera arranged and let's get serious here. Okay. Let's do some checking of. Let's ohm this out and prove to you what I'm talking about here. You're like, proof is in pudding. Good, show me pudding. Well, here's your pudding. The figgy pudding. So, turn this around. And get some light on the subject. Okay, pins 3 and 2, whatever. Whoa. those pins are, and that's laughing, right? Laughing's like R. Well, this isn't funny, so where did those pins go? There they are. So transmit and receive pins, I'm not sure which order that is, but pins 2 and 3 have always been it. So put one lead there, and the other lead will go on to the chip, the conversion chip. So let's see what lucky number we can find on this chip. All right, so we're gonna put one lead on this, and I'm just gonna bounce down this connector here and see what fires up here. So one lead is there, if I could hold it there, and here we go. Where's my beep? Well, this video is not working out too well, is it? Anyway, one of these should have a continuity here. It's not that one. Oh, here we go. I'm on the wrong connector. There. Those are the ones that matter. Okay, that right there is what I care about. And those will go to my chip. For the hell of it, I'm just going to run down these wires here. See which one beeps. What the hell? I won't break the chip, that's for sure. I won't break the chip. Let's get this wire back on here. Let's just slide around on here. No, it's too sensitive. Anyway, go to ohm scale. And looking at my diagram, I'm seeing that T1 in is pin 11. P1 in is 11. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11 is here. Anyway, I know I'm off cam, but okay, let's go to pin 11, T1 in. Let's go to R1 in, T1 out. Okay, T1 in is 11 and T1 out is 14. So, 14. I'm sorry I'm off cam. I'll come on cam in a minute with this. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, 16, 15, 14, counting down. Should be 0 ohms here. It's not. So I'm trying to prove that plugging this thing in backwards will fix it. Maybe it won't. So maybe this is wired a lot worse than I thought it was. A lot worse than I ever thought. It did look fine when I ohmed it out. Probably I'm just not connected here well. So I should solder a wire on there, I guess, but let me hold that on there again. And let me try this chip now. See if I can hit a line that is ohming out. Pin 1, pin 16, 15, 14 should go to, doesn't, one of these should be 0. Okay, this should be complete short. This one here, so this one is shorted here. Complete continuity. 9, 10, 11. And pin 11 shows up as what? Pin 11, where are you, pin 11? Look at that pin 11 there. That's going to be T1 in from the connector. So that's correct. That proves out that will work. Now we're going to move this thing over to the other pin. So we're going to check this pin here. Get a good grip on that one. Get a grip, get a grip. And anyway, it suffices to say the damn thing is wired backwards, so thank you, Tec. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna go to here. Should be a direct short. Or is it the other pin? Is it pin 3? It makes this a direct short. No. Okay, so I want to go with T1 in, T1 out is pin 14. T1 out. Okay, R1 in, R1 out. T1 in, T1 out. Okay, T1 in and T1 out, pin 13. $16, $15, $14. Okay, it's that pin there. Not a direct short. And T1 out is pin 14. 16, 15, 16, 15, 14. No short. No short. Okay, so let's figure this out. So R1 in and R1 out. T1 in, T1 out. What's the difference? R1 in, receive, and... Okay, let's look at the legend here. So all I care about is what? I care about RS232. I care about R1 out. R2 in. Okay, I care about R1 in. So I was wrong. I care about R1 in. That's the other pin, is R1 in. R1 in is pin 13. R1 in is pin 13. So that's the other one. And if that one is shorted, we're set to the connector. So R1 in is pin 13. So we go 16, 15, 14, 13 right there. There's good old pin 13 on a dip connector here. And that should be one of these. That one or the other one. Or this one. No short. It's gotta be one or the other. 16, 15, 14, 13. No short. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. So if this thing is going to transmit back out and in, let's see here, RS232 line, output to remote. Okay, that's going to be T2, T2, R1, receive. So T1 and T1, T1, R1 is what you want. T1 and R1. T1 and R1. So T1 is 11 and R1, T1 in is 11. Okay, R1 in is 13. So pins 11 and 13. Pins 11 and 13. Pins 11 and 13. 11 and 13. 16, 15, 14, 13, 16, 15, 14, 13. There's pin 13. And I want to find pin 11 later. Okay, so now we're going to go on to here. No short. Come on. 16, 15, 14. I just can't hold things on here long enough. Not a short. So where does this go? So I can actually just go over to here. They're using these two pins here. Or are they? Okay, they're using these two pins here, right? Yep, these two here. And those are easy to get onto. And I'm just gonna skip down this thing. 16, 15, 14, 13. Nope. Pin 12. 11 should fire, I think. 9, 10, 11. Nothing. Okay, so pin, there's a direct short there on this pin, so 8 on pin 10. What's pin 10? That's T2 in. This thing is screwed up. So then you have to use T2 R2. Okay, T2 in is being used. What's going out? Maybe they are, okay, so they're using both sides of this thing, it looks like. T2 in, where's T2 out? Where's R2 out? R2 out is pin 12. So R2 out is pin 12. Where does that go? R2 out is pin 12. So where does it go? Let's take a look. So we count down 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, pin 12. Goes here. Okay, that's the one I was monitoring. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna put the sucker back in and check it with the scope and see if I have this line. It should go 0 and 5, this wire here on the scope, and it wasn't doing that. Let's throw this horse crap back in here and see what it does without too much more laborious screwing around. How's that? Let's just be direct. So, put this back in the radio here. Make sure that wire's not shorted, it's not. Here's a little board. Now, we'll put the CPU board back in. So I took out the CPU board. No CPU board, no boot of the radio, right? So put the CPU board back in. And it's running the correct firmware, I think, for the RS232. All right, that's in. Let's connect up our connector for the RS232. That's right here. Just gonna connect that up to here. All right, that's on. Let's put the scope onto here. Here's the scope. Ground the scope. There's the little wire, 0 to 5 volt wire. Let's put the scope on there. All right, scope's on there. Let's see, our program is running still. Program is sending data. And the interface is, where is it? There it is. It's flashing. Scope on. It was at 5 volts. When the radio comes up, power supply on. Radio on. and I don't see anything working right. Let's see here. Am I going too fast? That's not working at all. So it seems like it's wired all wrong. I guess they're not using both sides of it. I should see that thing dipping down there, and I don't. So it's time to do some more wiring analysis on it. Let's make sure I'm sending. Yeah, it's just not working, so I'm gonna look at it once again. Anyway, that's what I'm up to, debugging the RS232. Have a nice day.